All right, let's bring the conversation back home as the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, the FCCPC, on Thursday issued a one-month ultimatum to businesses engaged in what it calls exploitative pricing practices and warned that non-compliance would result in stringent enforcement measures. The agency's Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Olatunji Bello highlighted concerns over widespread price gouging and fixing. He disclosed the findings of recent market surveys conducted by the Commission, which revealed rampant profiteering across various sectors, notably in retail. Dayo, Sobowale, Arise News analyst, joins us now to have a chat. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Welcome again to the program.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure of being here as usual.
All right, let's get straight into it. The Riot Act from the FCCPC. What are your thoughts on their approach to...
Well, it's long overdue. You know, I've been talking of intervention. You see, economic managers who do not intervene in the market nowadays will commit economic suicide, and they will take society down with them. It never gets to that. Even capitalist America, you can hear the presidential candidate of the DNC talking about price gouging. Intervention was never in their own policy before. If you follow IMF conditionalities, free competition, free market. But it has done nobody any good. It has not put food on the table. It has not created welfare. It has crippled purchasing power. It has increased inflation. So the fact that we have this competition and consumer protection body means that we know that you cannot run a market which prices just soar and interest rates are uncontrollable. So it is a welcome development. And you see, it's all right to look at the supply chain to find out why. But it's obviously now we are beyond that. Something has to be done. That is why they have fixed the fine, 10 million or so for individuals and 10% of turnover for corporate organizations. That's deterrence. Now it remains for them to monitor the market, monitor diligently, to see infractions, bring those people to book so that they deter other people from price gouging and making life miserable for Nigerians. Let's leave it at that for now.
I definitely recall your calls for intervention have been
all along
incessant, and it's good to see a development of this kind. But Mr. Sobowale, what potential unintended consequences could arise from the FCCPC's approach to addressing price fixing?
Let the unintended consequence take care of itself later. Let us see the intended consequence of bringing down prices and people allowing food products to get to the market at affordable prices. And not only food products. You get me? We all use phones and so on. If you look at the pricing of, you buy a card, you can't monitor, you can't standardize how long it will take. Because you have no way to see how you are spending your data or how you are spending your time. So that is on the electronic side. But you see, the one important now is food security. And it's all over the world. But that is no excuse. America is fighting its own battle. It's part of an election issue. We too must find our own battle here. Because the Tinubu administration was elected to look after Nigerians. And having this body put in place is a step in the right direction. And they have an experienced economist, Tunji Bello, in charge. And I'm sure they will do their survey, they will do their research. But they have to punish one or two people, bring them to book publicly, so people will just know that the government can walk the talk in terms of making food affordable to Nigerians and make sure that their purchasing power works the required mileage with a naira. Yes.
All right. Mr. Sobowale, Aliko Dangote once famously said that on Judgment Day, when individuals are being judged as to whether they should go to hell or heaven, that God would ask, if you're a Nigerian, I'm just paraphrasing, if you're a Nigerian business owner, and if your answer is yes, you get an immediate pass to heaven, because he says you can't suffer twice. You can't continue, so you've already suffered already as a Nigerian business person. Now, we look at the hidden costs of doing business in Nigeria, whether it's running your generator, whether it's however your means you're using to transport your goods from point A to point B, whether there's so many hidden taxes, if I may call it that. Now, is it really fair in this environment where majority of businesses are struggling to stay afloat? Is this really the time to start clamping down on people's businesses?
This is not clamping down on people's businesses at all. This is clamping down on greedy businesses that exploit the society. And then all your religious
that was
analogy.
Dangote's analogy.
You see, that is how religion, you see, is intimidating and tyrannically controlling our lives. The hope of a life thereafter. If there is no life thereafter, you will do well, But everybody you don't want to go to hell. That is why. And don't let traders, merchants, market women, don't let them make life hell or not here for Nigerians. So you don't need to look. I don't care where I go thereafter. Do you get me? But let us do what is good. You see, all the religions say, take care of your neighbor now. Let the traders know that the consumer is not an enemy. You can make your profit, but let the consumer to breathe. That's pricing, fair pricing, fair pricing. That's why the Americans call it price gouging. Do you get me? And that was why during the military rule, we have price control bodies. You dare not flout issues during the military rule. The same deterrence should be brought to bear on inflicting punishments on those who greedily price Nigerians out of the market.
Fantastic point. We'd like to thank you for your insight. As always, Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Thank you for joining us here on Newsday.
It's a pleasure.